Welcome! In this video, we will be talking about the memory. We have two types of main memory. We have the ROM and the RAM. At the end of the video, we will know the difference between the ROM and the RAM, and we will know when the computer uses each one. Now, let's start. ROM is read-only memory. The R is for read, O for only, and M memory. And the RAM is random access memory. The R is for random, the A is for access, and the M is for memory. Now let's move to their differences. The ROM versus the RAM. ROM stores data needed for computer startup. So when the computer is turned on, it uses the data from the ROM. So let's take a real example. When you wake up in the morning, you usually know what day it is and what you are going to do with your day. This is you taking data from your brain. The same concept applies to the computer. Once you turn on the computer, it takes data from the ROM to know what to do and what to display on the monitor. However, the RAM stores data and programs while computer is running. So everything that I'm doing on the computer while it is running will be saved. So if you open a WordPad and you work on it, all the data will be saved. So we call the RAM primary memory. And always remember, the backing storage is the secondary memory and the RAM is the primary memory. Let's together look at this important note. ROM is not volatile, while RAM is volatile. What does that mean? It means that the data on the ROM can never be erased, while the data on the RAM can be erased. So everything that happened while the computer is running will not be saved unless I save it on the secondary memory. Let's take an example. If I use the WordPad and I do not save my work, it will not be saved. But if I save it, it will be saved on the secondary memory. Another thing to remember is that ROM is permanent while RAM can be edited. Since the data on the ROM is not volatile, so it's permanent, while the RAM can be edited because some things can be saved while others will not be saved. Now let's move to the types of ROM. The first one is Programmable Read-Only Memory, PROM. To begin with, the PROM has no data locked into it when first manufactured. But later, a company using PROM chips to make a computer can put in its own information. The data would then be locked in space, so the memory can no longer be changed. So the memory becomes permanent. Now let's move to the second type, EPROM, Erasable Programmable Read-Only Memory. The EPROM gets its original data in the same way as PROM does. So in the beginning it's empty, then the company puts its own information, then it's locked and it becomes permanent. But if necessary, the data can be erased using a special light shining on a window on the chip, and that's why it's called erasable. This means that the data can be used in read-only mode, but that the memory can also be reset as required. So to conclude, both the PROM and the EPROM are in read-only mode. However, the PROM is permanent and cannot be reset, while the EPROM can be reset using a special light. And finally, we will talk about the flash memory, which is a type of EPROM. In a computer, the flash memory is used to store the BIOS. And what is the BIOS? It's the basic input-output system. BIOS makes sure that the computer starts up as it should and that all the parts of the computer works together. So the flash memory is used to store the BIOS. And now let's move on to the portable flash memory. It is used as a backing storage. It is available as number one, compact flash memory cards for cameras. Usually we see this flash card in the camera, and when we take pictures, the pictures are saved on it, and then we can view them on the computer from this flash memory card. Number two is the USB memory stick, which we are all familiar with because we use it to transfer our files from one computer to another or to give certain files to other people through the USB.